This is Fish Archives with Kevin Shapiro.
Right then, that was a little bit of Moment Dance into Free from this summer. An unbelievably inspired and historic summer. That track goes out to Johnny P. and Brad S. Not Sanzio, the other Brad S. The track before that was October 21st, 1995, the opener from Lincoln, the Pershing. The Tweezer Reprise show opener. This is Kevin. This is from the archives. And this is the 6th time I've had the distinct pleasure of broadcasting for you out there from here, backstage at a fish festival. This time it's Coventry, and it's in Vermont, and we're glad to have you all. With that, I have some important announcements. First and foremost, you need to stay in your cars if you're in traffic, and we understand there's quite a slowdown out there. Mostly that's due to the fact that the ground is extremely wet. I'm sure you can intuit that from your experiences with the weather. You got to keep it slow, keep it mellow. Very important. I just got an important call during the free from the state police, and they weren't calling to compliment Gordo on his deep, ripping bass tone from the summer, although they would, except they're thinking about more important things, namely your safety. And they've asked me to urge a couple of things very strongly. In fact, well, you really want to follow this advice, and it goes like this. Keep it smooth, keep it slow. Follow Trey's advice for peace in the 21st century and stay out of the left lane. It's really important. He said it at Cyprus. I'm going to repeat it now. Stay out of the left lane. The left lane, it's for passing only, and unfortunately, there won't be any passing on the way into Coventry. You'll have to come in one at a time. Once again, the ground's real wet. We're trying to park people very carefully, very safely. So it's important that we all work together. Keep it cool, keep it mellow. Stay in your cars. Stay out of the left lane. I mean, he was saying things like, if they end up in the left lane, we might have to get them out of the car. And, anyway, no need to escalate anything. It's all cool. We're coming in at the same deliberate and slow but steady speed into Coventry. And there's no rush. We're going to keep broadcasting the live fish out to you. I wanted to start with some stuff from 2004 because, as I said, man, what a summer. Beyond being the last tour ever, they were just super inspired shows. I know a lot of you were there. A lot of you were out at Camden last night. We had the distinct pleasure of broadcasting that over the Bunny. And let's see. The other big advice, besides staying out of that left lane, is to follow our written directions on in. And this is a big thing because we don't want you to end up in any sort of a dead-end situation. And basically you have to come in on 91 and you have to take, let's see, it's exit 26 and then go north on 5. There's absolutely no other option. That's the deal. It's exit 26, north on 5. If you try to go south on 5, you get into a whole other list of complications, beginning with the police and ending with it taking a lot longer for you to get in here because there's no way to get in if you come south on 5. It's all about north, so go north on 5. One other thing before I dive back into the music, and I know this is a lot of announcements, is that I'm told that a lot of people are resting in the villages nearby, towns and villages, and that's good. The police are glad for that. If you're tired, you should rest. And if you're going to rest, you really should pull out of traffic to do it. But if you end up in the towns and villages, you have to keep it cool there. And you know what I mean by keep it cool. Basically, if you're in the towns, you're in the village, they're going to accept you with open arms, but just pull in and sleep and keep it calm and mellow. If you're blowing it up to the Bunny, blow it up quietly with your windows up and listen carefully, but not too loud because there's a lot of friends and neighbors out there who are being very kind to have us. We're glad to be here. We're glad that you're here. So rest if you need to. If you're staying in traffic, stay in the right lane. Come in slowly but surely. We're parking people one at a time, and it's going as smoothly as we could hope, given the curveball of really, truly wet weather. So welcome to Vermont. Welcome to Coventry. Welcome to the Bunny. Given the occasion of the sound check being moved over, I want to divert from my regularly scheduled program a little bit and play for you a couple of cuts from the band's first show ever. Now, there's been some talk about this show because, well, not the least of the reasons is Paige wasn't in the band yet. But nonetheless, I think it's worthy to play these tracks. We're going to cut back into the regularly scheduled program from there, and I do believe at some point we'll be able to bring you a taped version of the sound check, which felt real good in here, though I didn't get to hear it. So, onward, upward, stay in the left lane, keep it cool. This is the Bunny. So there it was. I listen behind me and I hear a little bit of Light Up and Leave Me Alone into a big jam and think, it's good we're here together on the radio, on the Bunny. This is Kevin. This is from the archives. Number 6. I'm going to be followed up tonight, somewhere around about midnight. Probably going to be more a little after midnight. Nonetheless, DJ Rickshaw and DJ Cooley going to pick up the baton, carry you guys through the early morning hours, or the really more like the late night hours. But it's all a continuum, isn't it? And continue we will here with some more Fish music, but I want to give you a couple quick announcements. Take your time coming in. We're parking people as quickly as possible, doing everything we can to make your stay here comfortable and as dry as it can be. If you are in the sound of my voice and you're able to get an extra pair of boots or other dry clothes, you definitely want to avail yourself of any plastic covering items that you might have. You also, very importantly, want to stay out of the left lane. There's nowhere to pass. You have to come in slowly but surely. We're parking everybody as quickly as we can, but stay out of that left lane and make a point to follow our directions in. It's the only way in. Exit 26 to 5 north. Taking 5 south will not get you inside the venue. I'm not exactly sure what it will get you. The police seem pretty upset about people taking 5 south, so I will strongly urge you to not do that. Follow the directions. 26 to 5 north. Keep it slow. Stay in your cars. Out of the left lane. Remember the message for peace in the 21st century. Keep that left lane clear. I'm going to roll forward now with a little sound montage. Something I've been wanting to present for a while and really only materialized just now. Before I do, I want to quickly thank the staff here at the Bunny for having me through all these years, and Jeff, our engineer, for keeping the place rolling, and iTunes for powering the place. By the way, I want to note, and this is with all due respect to iTunes, that the From the Archive shows come to you live and uncompressed. While we respect the compression technology, we still feel that subsonics are good. And so we avail ourselves of those on the From the Archive shows. But all the rest of the Bunny, I believe, in fact, almost without exception, is coming to you powered by the iTunes on the MP3. And we're lucky to have that. So, coming to you live from backstage at Coventry, mid-sound check. It's killing me. It's actually killing me. And it's your company, you the listeners, that's keeping me going. So check this one out. I think you'll really like it. That last track, just to clarify, was from December 2nd, 1983. Harris Millis. The so-called ROTC dance, the band's first gig. Fish's first show. They were called Blackwood Convention at that time, not Fish. They lacked Page. That's a big lack, huh? But they were lucky enough to have their friend Jeff Holdsworth, who may be within the sound of my voice right here and right now, playing guitar. So keep it tuned. This is Kevin thanking you for listening. We're urging you to come in slow and safe. Take care of each other. Keep it cool. And enjoy.
And I got to point to one other night. We were at the UIC Pavilion in Chicago, and we were playing Divided Sky, and we got down to this quiet part where it gets silent. We're getting quieter and quieter, and then it became silence, and I had my eyes closed, and I could feel the crowd, and I started to, because improvising is you're trying to translate what's out there already, the greater pattern of things, and sometimes it feels like it's coming through a hole, and you couldn't play a wrong note if you tried. You're just floating, and at that moment, we were in the middle of it, and I started to see these colors, like, I'm not kidding, floating around in the room, and I realized that I could almost, it was silent, but I could see what we were translating. And as soon as I could see them, I started improvising, but I didn't play anything. I did everything in the course of improvisation except the actual notes, and as soon as I did it, the whole place erupted. It was like, and it just, tears started rolling down my face. And it was at that moment that I knew that it was truly bigger than me. You know what I mean? And that was, but there was probably a lot of moments like that, but those two just come to mind. It was amazing.
Amazing journey.
Oh, so great. divided sky, the wind blows high.
There it was. Trey's moment at the UIC Pavilion, Divided Sky, June 18th, 1994, and an unbelievable show that is. If you don't know it, get it, check it out, love it. It's The Heat, 618. And I clipped to that the little montage there, a little clip of Trey on the Charlie Rose show, his recent interview, May 31st, following the announcement of the band's impending breakup, which brings us all back here to Coventry. And I want to make sure that I respond to some of the text messages we've gotten from people in traffic. Some people asking whether when we say that that you need to come in real slow and that it's going slow to park people, whether that could mean that people with tickets could end up outside during the music. And the answer is no. If you have tickets, you will be inside the show before it starts tomorrow. And I don't think that there's any reason to worry about that. What it is going to be, what the reality of the situation is that it is going to be a good, solid wait. So this is Kevin, and I'll keep rolling through this wait with you as you come on into Coventry. It's coming slow but sure. It's really wet, so we're parking people very, very slowly and deliberately to make sure that their stay is as good as it can be, and that's causing traffic to back up some. And if you're in it, keep it cool, keep it slow, stay in your car, keep your lights on. The police are asking that you stay out of the left lane, stay out of the passing lane. Remember the message for peace in the 21st century. Don't use it if you're not passing. And I'm going to add the Coventry addendum, and you won't be passing coming into Coventry. So, come in slow but sure. Respect each other. One other important thing to remember, if you pull off to stop, the police have asked that you respect the locals, respect the people in the towns and villages that you might stop, and keep it quiet in those places, and just go ahead and use them as a spot to rest. But, all other things being equal, treat it as a blessing of a place to stop and a place to visit for a short time, and then you'll be back on the road to Coventry. So no rowdiness in the towns and villages. Be good neighbors. That's what Vermont's all about. We're glad to have you up here as our temporary neighbors at Coventry. We're going to roll forward with more music from the archives. It's been 6 times here. I had to count them on my fingers. The Clifford Ball, The Great Went, Lemon Wheel, Big Cypress, It, and last but not least, Coventry. It's been a real pleasure, real honor, actually, to be able to bring this material to you. I find it to be real moving stuff. I know you do too, which is why you're out there, and just stay out there and keep it mellow and keep it together, and you'll come in slow but sure, and you will be in. That answers the text question. So go ahead and keep texting us questions. It's bunny@fish.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
At the bunny@fish.com. You can go ahead and send them in. DJ Cooley's checking them out.
Also tell people stay out of the left lane.
Yeah, the left lane. Once again, left lane is not part of your program coming into here. You need to come in to exit 26 and come up Route 5 north. The police have got Route 5 south closed, and they want people out of that left lane. Trey said it best at Big Cypress. If you're not passing, stay out of the left lane. So stick to that. After that little nugget from the UIC, I'm going to drop into 1998. I hope you like this. This is Kevin from the Archives and the Bunny, 92.1 WMOO FM, Derby Center, W257AU, St. Johnsbury. Tomorrow, XM is picking us up, 6 a.m., and we will be live and nationwide for the duration of Coventry. So come on in slowly but sure. You'll all get in. It's going to be slow. You have to just be patient, ride it out, and check this out. Enjoy. Time. The funny thing that it is. Seems like just yesterday I was walking into my first Fish concert in 1991 at the Agora. The ballroom, not the theater. Place looks like a roller rink. Walked on in for the Destiny Unbound. That was all she wrote. Anyway, this is Kevin. This is from the archives, the sixth time total. I count one for each festival. Sometimes we break it up into pieces. Most traditionally, that's been how it's been lately. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and once again reiterate, and they're asking me to reiterate this again and again, to stay out of the left lane. Really, out of the left lane. It just can't work. If you're in the left lane, it doesn't work. If anybody has to come the other way, they can't. Screws things all up, slows it down, brings you into Coventry slower. We're trying to bring you in as quickly as possible. It's slow, it's sure, it's deliberate, it's worth it. A high level of care dictated by the last Fish concert ever. But what a run it's been, 20 years. And we took it all 20, starting December 2nd, 1983. Little Scarlet Fire. I figured you guys would appreciate that. I was told no novelty. I kept it slim. Had to do it. First gig, it's not novelty. It's first gig. Anyway, Time. Time's a novel concept, but not such a novel tune, but novel for Fish. November 2nd, 1998. Just that one time with Time. West Valley, Utah. If you were there, I'm sure it was worth the wait. And as will be Coventry. One at a time, out of the left lane. Keep your lights on. Stay in the car. Come in north on Route 5, not south. South does not work. I mean, the police said something like, if they come in south, or they ride in the left lane, we might just have to stop them, bring them out of the car, and talk to them. It was something along those lines. And it was not meant in a threatening way. Only the most helpful way, I'm sure. And yet, I feel that you would rather be in the car listening to me, DJ Rickshaw, DJ Cooley, and the whole cast of characters here at the Bunny, 92.1, rather than speaking with the good sergeant and even further delaying yourself. So everybody with tickets will get in. It won't be a problem, but it will be a wait. So wait carefully, wait calmly, wait peacefully, and we'll look forward to seeing you inside Coventry. I'm going to roll forward with a dedication to Charlie Dirksen and the Mockingbird Volunteers out in House of Live Fish, where you can stop out. It's powered by Mac, powered by Apple. They'll hook it up for you. You can burn a best of CD of your own and enjoy their company out there in Mac World at the House of Live Fish. This is going out from 1993, the good old days, as some would say. And we will pick you up in a minute. Keep it slow, keep it cool, and enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't get it. Woo. I don't get my situation. No way now. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't regret my situation. I welcome change, and I could use an explanation, but everything is strange. I could make a proclamation, but it would be my last, and I would lose my invitation, and I would finally be outcast. Yeah. Situation.
could draw the boundaries of arcade, you wouldn't pile another stone upon me, and I'd be happy just to watch you age. But everything is in its own dominion, and waiting in the shallows as I do appeases me as water slowly trickles out, which isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It's what I was afraid of. I stumbled into view, but it isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you. Isn't nearly fast enough for you. It's what I was afraid of. I stumbled into view, but it isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you. It isn't nearly fast enough for you.
Fast Enough for You. It's from August 17th, 1993, Kansas City, a show that until recently I was not as familiar as I would like to be with it. But it is the bomb. I'm going to ride forward from here with a variety of other stuff, but I want to continue real quick with some traffic announcements as I scramble around here. Keep stuff rolling for you, smooth as possible on the bunny. We are 92.1 FM coming to you live from backstage at Coventry. Hopefully you're coming in smooth, slowly, but surely. It's been a pleasure broadcasting for you. This is Kevin. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Remind you that if you're coming in, you want to come in the right lane, and you want to come in on Route 5 North. The left lane and or Route 5 South don't work. It's not happening for you. Police aren't okay with it, and you're not okay with that. We're trying to keep it all cool, keep it all safe here, bring you in slowly but surely. It's pretty rainy, but the forecast is for clearing weather, and we're looking forward to that. I'm sure you are as well. Band played an amazing sound check tonight. I heard just remnants as I rode it on out here with you in the bunny. It was nice. Nice for a change. Be checking it out. I could feel it, though. You can't really avoid it back here. You can feel it. It's palpable. The feeling's in the air. The time is now. I'm going to go forward to 1996, November 8th, another show that I'm becoming more and more enamored with, because, in fact, it is time for the last rewind. Here's Mound.
let it shine. And it's time for the last time. Straight all its memories of home. There's something lies beneath the ground. It's time for the last rewind. A broken old man and world undefined. Straight all its memories of home. There's something lies beneath the ground.
There it is. November 8th, 1996. Mound. We're going to move forward here. I got Jeff. We're thanking Jeff for all his engineering prowess here. Keeping the bunny rolling. This is Kevin. Bringing you from the archives the sixth time. Sixth and final opportunity to do this. Together, you, me, the band. You know, I haven't thanked the band. Let me thank the band. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank those guys, Jemp, the four men who provided so much entertainment for us all these years. Hasn't been 20 for me, but I've seen quite a number of folks out in the lot, and for some of you, it's been a good, solid 20 years with Fish. I tell you, the time flies when you're having fun, and it's big fun here at Coventry, but it's wet fun. So come on in slowly but surely. Make sure you stay out of the left lane. Remember Trey's message for peace in the 21st century. If you're not passing, don't use the left lane. I'm going to add to that Shapsio's message for peace at Coventry. Don't pass on the way into Coventry. No left lane, man. Stay in the right lane. Stay on Route 5. Coming north. Can't come south on Route 5. Follow all your instructions on the way in. We're parking people as quickly as possible, but it's not quick. It's slow. We're doing our very best to keep it right. Keep it moving. You'll get in, but you got to use your patience. One other thing I want to make sure I tell you in the spirit of neighborly activity in the state of Vermont is that if you're in any of the towns and villages surrounding it, and I have to tell you, always glad to come to the Northeast Kingdom, but I couldn't even name 10 of them up here. But there's plenty, and if you're in one of those towns and villages, the police said that's fine. You can rest. In fact, you should if you're too tired to drive safely. But if you're going to be... well, let's just say you want to use your very best judgment while you're stopped there. Go ahead and rest and move on out. Don't cause any trouble for anybody in the towns. Don't use this as the opportunity for your pre-Coventry party out in Newport or Coventry or Orleans or anywhere else around here. You can't do it. That's not going to work out. So come on in slowly but surely. Keep it tuned to 92.1. The Bunny, you'll have DJ Rickshaw, DJ Cooley, seeing you through the late night, what we call the late night hours. Speaking of which, we got a little theme going on this year's from the archives. That theme was time. It's an important theme, given that our time with Fish, in the current sense, the live majesty that we've come to expect is coming to an end right here at Coventry. We're privy to it. It's worth the wait, trust me. We all know it is. It's been an amazing, amazing summer. Breakup sex tour. I've been loving it. It's been amazing. And now I'm glad to be up here at Coventry. We're a little wet, but none the worse for wear. And it's a little slow, but it's working out just fine. Come on in. Take care of each other. Keep on your lights. Stay in your cars. Check this out. I want to note that I played No Regrets from Trey and Tom's album, Trampled by Lambs and Pecked by the Dove. If you don't have it, you should. I never use my show as any sort of a commercial opportunity, but really check that out. That was No Regrets. And then the intended, that was followed by the intended dedication to Mr. Dirksen and the crew out in the House of Live Fish. Go on out, check him out, ask him about the MoMA Free from 617 that you heard right here on From the Archives. And you can go ahead and hook yourself up with a CD, a compilation of your own chosen favorite Fish. In the meantime, I'll keep choosing them for you. I'm going to play something that you're not going to hear in the House of Live Fish. It's from this spring. It's part of a jam the band played while in the studio for Undermined. Check this out. I call this one 1 to 7. All right, the 50-minute jam is what that derives from. It's a jam in the barn, and it happened this last spring. I want to give you two.
Howdy. DJ Rubes with you with the baseball scores from tonight. In the NL West, LA pads their lead by, actually they didn't pad it because the Giants and the Padres both won, but 28 out of 37 for the Dodgers. They beat Greg Maddux and the Cubs 8-1 today. San Francisco beats Philadelphia 16-6, and San Diego beats Cincinnati 14-5 to keep pace with the red-hot Dodgers. In Montreal, the Expos actually win one. They beat Houston 6-5. Of course, Baltimore up 4-0 on the Blue Jays. In a battle of the Sox, Chicago White Sox beat the Boston Red Sox 8-7. Jose Contreras wins. He goes to 10-5.
Nice trail.
Cheers, man. And Wakefield loses for the Bo Sox. Cleveland beats Minnesota 8-2. Colorado over the Pirates 9-3. The Mets over Arizona 10-6. Benson with the hot wife wins. He's 9-9 on the year. St. Louis, that's a new acquisition for the Mets, Benson and his hot wife. St. Louis Cardinals beat the Atlanta Braves 4-1. The Milwaukee Brewers beat the Florida Marlins 6-5. Texas over Tampa Bay 5-3. Kenny Rogers, the gambler, goes to 14-5 on the year. In the sixth inning, we've got Detroit over Anaheim 3-1. In the eighth, we've got Kansas City over Oakland 6-1. And in the seventh, the game some of you might be concerned about, the New York Yankees over Seattle 10-2. That's in the seventh inning.
Excellent. Thank you for that information, DJ Rubes.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to bring the sports desk to the people, Mr. Kevin Shapiro.
Bringing it to the people is what we're all about here at from the archives and at the Bunny. I've actually, speaking of bringing it to the people, it's been brought to me from the people, specifically from Jason Colton, who's been so instrumental in putting together these radio stations at all these events. And Jason's one of my oldest friends. We actually met, if I have this correctly, at the rave in Milwaukee, May 1st, 1992. And while I remember my meeting with Jason, it was a choice meeting. I remember the Mike song better. But nonetheless, Jason hit me up for some tapes at that time, and I thought to myself, wow, this guy's promoting shows, which he was at the time, and yet wants tapes. And I'm always glad when I hear that, because that means the promoters are keeping it real. Anyway, through Jason has come this CD into my hands, and it consists of the sound check tonight. So I actually was broadcasting to y'all while that was happening, so I'm as excited as you to hear that. And in the meantime, I'm going to take us out with a request from Mr. Carini, Mr. Pete Carini, Slave to the Traffic Light, November 4th, 1994. I'll pick it back up with the sound check in its entirety, I believe. And so I better run through the announcements real carefully. Once again, 92.1 WMOO. FM from Derby Center, repeated, brought to you also through W257AU, St. Johnsbury. This is Kevin. This is from the archives, my sixth time around. I'll be doing this again at noon tomorrow and again the next day, noon. Speaking of which, today's 8/14, the 11th anniversary of that amazing show at Tinley Park, and we rolled right on through 8/13, so I'll just hold my tongue about the Murat. I just had to say Murat. All right, here we go with the Slave. For all of you who are out in traffic, but who are staying out of the left lane and coming in north like you're supposed to, keeping it cool in the towns and villages, and finding your way on into Coventry. Enjoy this.
City, see the zoo. Traffic light won't let me through. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next time, okay? Thank you.
There it was. Slave from Syracuse, November 4th, 1994. And you're actually getting to witness an amazing moment in Bunny history. This is my first official bed. So I'm going to go ahead and speak over this bed of the Foreplay Long Time. Well, I once again thank the staff of the Bunny, particularly DJ Rickshaw, DJ Cooley, for their patience and allowing me to continue through the check and beyond. And once again, our crew, really, who pretty much came up with the Herculean task of getting all this stuff working, putting the stage together, getting from Camden here. I'm sure a few of you are familiar with that Herculean task. I have to admit, I took the easy way out. But I missed that Sense and Subtle Sounds, too, as well. All right. This is Kevin's from the Archives, my 6th time around here. Going to do it again at noon, tomorrow, noon the next day. And that's not all. DJ Rickshaw and DJ Cooley are going to pick back up after the taped version of the soundcheck, which brought to me by Haddon and Jason. Along with thanking the crew, I want to thank the band once again for an amazing ride, an amazing chance to be a part of something this big, this right. And all you guys for your patience coming in. I know you've come a long way. We're glad you made it here. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's all good. You're on track. You got to stay on Route 5 North. Route 5 South doesn't work for you. Gets the police all up in arms and locks up traffic, would be emergency traffic and such. So stay out of the left lane. Stay on 5 North off of exit 26. And stay patient, because it's going to be a long night. But we'll get everybody parked and plenty of time to get in and get their heads together and enjoy an amazing show. Going to be the first of Fish's last 6 sets. What a ride it's been. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. We're going to go forward with the sound check in its entirety as long as there are no extenuating circumstances. As far as I know, we're not going to break into that. So you can enjoy it just like it was live. But no, it's Memorex. And along those lines, I once again want to thank iTunes. I want to thank Apple and iTunes. James has been keeping us company in here, and they provided the power that is the Bunny. I'm looking at this iTunes. I'm looking at things like just days, weeks of music in here, and they've been bringing it to you real good. So they'll keep doing that. Go ahead and write in text messages if you got them, and stay out of trouble. Keep it calm and mellow in the villages and towns if you stop. Come on in slowly and surely and come in well. This is Kevin. It's been a great night. Here's the sound check. Enjoy.